Now, what they're looking for, because it was going on the premises of sex trafficking, they're looking for pictures of girls that may appear to be underage.
Yes, it was breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want to adopted you because I felt that you could, enjoy also having a black parent to take care of you and help you out. So,
my name's Ava. I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Barone.
Ava Barone Combs? Yes, it was breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents but you're my child also. Please tell the story.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
Hey, that's like a little bit like borderline suspect. I don't want nobody, we want to get it clear. I adopted you like Madonna adopted kids and everybody else adopted kids, Charlize Theron, everybody that's ever adopted Sandra Bullock. I adopted you because I felt that you could, enjoy also having a black parent to take care of you and help you out. So just clarify it because it's crazy out here online. So I played with the kids and I got permission from your mother and say all of that just make it because it's crazy out here.
I met Jesse and Delilah when I was 6 months old.
6 months.
And then basically sisters, all 4 of us. So.
6 months.
I always come over.
Yeah. And it's Ava Brioni Combs. Come on. Let's go.
Chili, y'all are not gonna believe this tea I'm about to spill on Diddy and his family drama. Dele, who was once close to the family, is speaking out and criticizing the way Diddy has been treating his adopted daughter. This insider perspective is rare and it's got everybody talking. The streets are saying there may be some shocking revelations coming out. Gene was actually the one who introduced Diddy to his ex Kim Porter, so he's been around and seen some things. For him to be putting Diddy on blast like this, it must be serious. Diddy tries to maintain this image of being a family man, but if what Gene is saying is true, then that might all come crashing down. Girl, this is the kind of celebrity gossip and scandal we live for. So you already know we're gonna break this all the way down and give you all the juicy details. Alright. So apparently Dele held nothing back when he was putting Diddy on blast about his parenting. According to him, Diddy straight up neglected his adopted daughter and treated her like she was invisible. Gene says he would see her wandering around the house alone, looking sad and lost, while Diddy was too busy living that celebrity life to even notice. Chili, Gene even claims that Diddy would forget important events in his daughter's life, like her birthday and school functions. He painted a picture of a little girl desperate for her daddy's love and attention, but Diddy was nowhere to be found. It's hard to imagine a father being that cold to his own child, adopted or not. The way Gene tells it, Diddy's actions were nothing short of emotionally abusive. He says that poor girl grew up feeling like she wasn't good enough and didn't belong in the family. Gene recalled one heartbreaking moment when he overheard her crying in her room, saying she wished she had a real dad who loved her. Now Gene had to have seen some messed up stuff to be speaking out like this. He's not the type to just start drama for no reason. The fact that he felt the need to come forward and expose Diddy's alleged mistreatment of his daughter speaks volumes. But hold up, before we jump to conclusions, we gotta hear Diddy's side of the story too. He's not about to let these accusations slide without a response. The question is, will he admit to any wrongdoing or try to paint a different picture of what went down behind closed doors? Girl, You know, Diddy wasn't about to let Dele's accusations go unanswered. He clapped back with a statement trying to set the record straight. Diddy's camp said that Gene's claims were nothing but lies and that he's always been a loving father to all his kids, including his adopted daughter. But hold up, because Diddy's response seemed a little vague and generic. If you ask me, he didn't really address any of the specific things Gene said about neglecting and emotionally abusing his daughter. Instead, he just gave some broad statement about how much he loves his family and how he's always there for them. Chilly. It's hard to know who to believe in this mess. On one hand, Gene seemed really sincere and detailed in his accusations. He painted a vivid picture of a little girl desperate for her daddy's love and attention. But on the other hand, we all know celebrities will do anything to protect their image and reputation. The streets are divided on this one. Some folks are saying Diddy's response was weak and that he's just trying to save face. They think there might be some truth to what Gene is saying and that Diddy needs to take responsibility for his actions. But others are riding hard for Diddy and saying Gene is just a cloud chaser looking for his 15 minutes of fame. At the end of the day, only Diddy and his daughter know what really went down behind closed doors. But you know, folks are gonna keep speculating and digging for more dirt. This scandal has opened up a whole can of worms and people are hungry for answers. Speaking of answers, what's the real story behind Diddy's relationship with his adopted daughter? Has there been trouble brewing for a while now, or did this come out of nowhere? We need some context to make sense of this mess. Maybe there's more to the story that we don't know yet. All I know is, I'll be keeping my eyes and ears open for any new tea that spills on this family drama. Okay, so let's dive a little deeper into this messy situation and try to figure out what's really going on behind the scenes with Diddy and his adopted daughter. You know, there's gotta be more to the story than what we're hearing on the surface. First of all, let's talk about Diddy's relationship with his daughter. From what I've gathered, he adopted her back in 2006 when she was just a little baby. At the time, everyone was praising Diddy for opening up his heart and home to a child in need. It seemed like such a beautiful thing, but now we're hearing a different tune. The streets are saying that things haven't been all sunshine and rainbows in the Combs household. Rumors have been swirling for years about Diddy's parenting style and how he treats his kids, especially his adopted daughter. Some folks are even bringing up old interviews where Diddy talked about being a strict father and having high expectations for his children. But here's the thing, being a demanding parent is one thing, but neglecting and emotionally abusing a child is a whole other level of messed up. If what Gene is saying is true, then Diddy's actions go way beyond just being a tough dad. We're talking about a man who allegedly treated his own daughter like she was invisible and made her feel like she didn't belong in the family. It's hard to imagine what that must have been like for a little girl growing up in the spotlight. Can you imagine being surrounded by all that wealth and fame, but feeling like your own father doesn't love or want you? That's the kind of pain that can scar a child for life. Now, I'm not saying that Diddy is definitely guilty of everything Gene is accusing him of. We weren't there and we don't know the whole story. But at the same time, we can't just ignore these serious allegations either. There's too much smoke for there not to be some kind of fire. If Diddy really has been neglecting and mistreating his adopted daughter all these years, then he needs to step up and take responsibility for his actions. No amount of money or fame can excuse letting a child feel unloved and unwanted. Period. But like I said, we don't have all the facts yet. All we can do is keep our eyes and ears open and see how this whole thing unfolds. One thing's for sure though, this family drama is far from over and the tea is only going to get hotter from here on out. Alright y'all. This whole situation with Diddy and his adopted daughter is a straight-up mess. It's hard to know what's really going on behind closed doors, but if Dele's accusations are true, then Diddy has some serious explaining to do. I mean, can you imagine being a little girl growing up feeling like your own father doesn't love you? That's the kind of pain that can haunt you for life. And no amount of money or fame can make up for that kind of emotional neglect. But at the same time, we can't jump to conclusions without all the facts. Diddy deserves a chance to tell his side of the story and clear his name if these allegations are false. The truth always comes out eventually. and I have a feeling this family drama is far from over. One thing's for sure though, this scandal has opened up a whole can of worms and people are gonna be watching closely to see how it all plays out. Will Diddy step up and take responsibility if he's been mistreating his daughter all these years? Or will he continue to deny everything and try to sweep it under the rug? Only time will tell, but in the meantime, y'all need to keep your eyes peeled for any new tea that spills on this messy situation. And speaking of tea, if you want the full scoop on another celebrity scandal, you need to check out our video on how Cassie fired shots at Diddy and exposed how he allegedly took out 5 other celebs. Trust me, it's some piping hot gossip you don't want to miss.